So as usual, today I'm going to share with you another video. The topic is still around importation of vehicles from Japan. That is something that I have come to love next to taxi business. So since 2021 on this channel, we have been discussing about taxi industry and how you can utilize it for your own additional income. So recently, after importing my own car, I said that it is also important that I share the knowledge that I gather. And that's why we have these social platforms like YouTube, like, TikTok and the rest. We don't do this stuff so that you can show off. As long as that information can help someone, that's why we do it. So I am going to talk about three things today. The first one is about the year of manufacture of the vehicle that you want to import. Recently, I told you that the window is closing for people to import 2018 cars, and we are now crossing to importing 2019 cars in terms of year of manufacture. So whatever you want, year of registration, year of manufacture. But if you are buying vehicles from the Japanese domestic market, the year of manufacture and the year of registration, it will be the same because there is no big difference in with regard to when the car came out of the factory and when it was first registered. So we are saying the window has closed for 2018 vehicles. Why is it closed? We still have 2 months to go, but there are some challenges that the vehicle could arrive in Mombasa after 31st of December. If that one happens, then you might fall into big troubles. So that's why right now we are recommending people to import 2019 cars. But if you choose to import 2019 car right now, make sure that it does not depart from Mombasa, not from Mombasa, from Japan, okay, before end of November. You get my point? Even if the person shipping your vehicle tells you that he has secured the car for you, everything is fine, the vehicle will be shipped, there is no need for you to get your vehicle manufactured in 2019 before 2026. Why am I saying this? Because if your 2019 vehicle arrives into Kenya in 2025, you will pay more tax because 2025 is for 2018 cars. Those are like the vehicles with the cheapest tax. Tax increases with how new the vehicle is. So the newer the vehicle, the more recent the year of manufacture, the more duty you pay. So the older the year of manufacture, the less duty you pay. So in this case, the oldest year of manufacture that is allowed in Kenya is 2018. Okay, and that's why we have always been preferring to bring in 2018 because we pay less tax. For example, if I take an example of let's say middle class vehicles, let's say Subaru Forester, maybe Mazda CX-5, Honda Diesel, those vehicles you will simply pay between 100 and 150,000 more when you cross from one year to the next. So what am I trying to tell you here is that yes, there is the risk of importing 2018 car right now because it might not arrive into Kenya before 2025. And that is the worst. You better import 2019 and it arrives into Kenya earlier and you pay extra duty than you import a vehicle of 2018 and it arrives into Kenya after 2025 because legally that vehicle is not allowed and might not be allowed to enter into Kenya. So what happens when a vehicle arrives and it is not legally by age allowed to get into Kenya? I don't know what happened. But I have heard stories whereby those vehicles have been ordered to be shipped back or to be destroyed if you are unable to ship them back, or you sell them to the nearby countries that accept older age. So please don't take risk with 2018. So what I'm telling you is that if the person helping you to ship tells you that you can do it with 2019, yes, start spotting the vehicle right now. Start, booking those vehicles, but liars with the one shipping the vehicle that the vehicle should not depart from Japan before end of November. because normally what I came to realize is that when that ship departs, it takes normally 30 days to arrive. Sometimes it can take even 25 days. There is another one I saw it will take 21 days. Okay, so meaning if it even departs early December, that vehicle will be in Kenya by end of December. So what I heard as well is that you have a maximum of 2 weeks to clear that vehicle. Okay, so you will buy time until the vehicle jumps into next year so that you pay less duty. But if you try to do your custom clearance for 2019 unit in 2025, be ready to part with an extra 15% of the value of your car. And that is not the value, but the value of the duty. So if the duty was, let's say, 1 million, then you will part with like another 100K on top. And that is what you don't want. So I hope that one has made sense to you. If you have any other question, please let me know. And for the Uber people, I think this story of vehicle importation is one of the biggest news that I have come to, to discover, and that you can take advantage of, because we are saying traditionally I have always advocated people to buy second-hand vehicles, because the biggest cost of investing in taxi business has always been how to buy your first car. And here we have been able to see that there is a guy I supported to import his Toyota Passo. That Toyota Passo is getting to him at 850K. Okay? When you go to the market, that Passo is costing around between 1.1 to 1.2. So how much money has he saved? The money he has saved is equivalent to 1 year of your profit. Okay? So what I was telling people earlier when I was saying that you shouldn't really buy brand new cars from Kenya or ex-Japan vehicle from Kenya, it's because it was really not making sense. Because if you buy a vehicle at around 1.2 and you are making 300K per year, it means that you will need like 4 years to get your money back. Okay? And that for me, it was quite a lot. But right now, when you import, you see you are able to recover your investment even in 3 years. And better still, if you are driving that car for yourself, you can recover much faster. So I think importing is still a very, very good opportunity for anyone to consider, and not always about the cost. If you are getting a verified vehicle, a vehicle that you have checked things yourself, you have done the due diligence yourself, you have seen that that vehicle is accident free, all its history, it has never been reported to have been involved in an accident, you have seen the auction grade yourself, you have seen the original mileage, because in Japan, I read that it is illegal for you to practice mileage doctoring, because if you are caught, you can be barred, you can be prohibited for a lifetime from participating in auctions. So dealers in Japan are very, very prudent about that, and it is a mistake they don't want to make. So if you are able to double check all those points and you tick all the boxes, it feels very good to import a vehicle knowing that it is a quality vehicle that represents the value of your money. But when you just buy locally a vehicle that is not graded, a vehicle that is not categorized, all that they will tell you is the model and the amount, that is not sufficient. If you can be a little bit more patient to import and wait for your vehicle for around 1.5 months, I would say the better. Unless it is an emergency, it is worth the wait.